the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here to, that's right, LimeRock Park here on your Turn 3 Racing Network. It is Wednesday night, and that means it is Assault Flat IROC Series back in action here. It is round number 7. It is the Care for Colby 45 here tonight from the LimeRock Park. So these drivers are going to have to put on their big boy pants because we're going to be turning right-handers here tonight. As always, it is Muth up here in the booth. We got a little bit of a special guest with us here tonight. We got Michael Bromley from Bromley Designs joining us. Michael normally out on track, but unfortunately has a little bit of a chicken wing injury here. And Mike, these guys turning right out there tonight, and it is all sorts of slick for them.
Yeah, definitely. This will be one of the rare opportunities, though, where we can turn right and not end up into a wall, though. So some of these guys are well prepared for this race. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. There's a lot of uphill, downhill, and that's going to throw some people off entering the turn. So hopefully everybody got their practice laps in.
Yeah, I know. I was out there watching last night. A couple of these guys were out there in practice. And, well, some of these lap times that I'm seeing today are actually quicker than what we saw in practice. But a lot of these guys, they got to do it for 45 laps. It's not going to be a one lap and done. At the top of the leaderboards right now, it is the 69 of Dustin Shepard. Hunter Reynolds is there second, as always. Randy Johnson is third, but he'll have to, no matter what happens in qualifying, he'll have to start shotgun to the field here tonight. Cody Levitt is fourth. Cole Day is fifth here in your practice charts. With 30 seconds left, though, we're going to step away real quick here, and we'll be back here from the LimeRock Park here to bring you to the live qualifying action for round number 7.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back here to the LimeRock Park here for round number 7 for the Care for Colby 45. Qualifying officially underway, and one of your first drivers to head to the track here tonight will be that 62 of Colton Farrow. Colton missing last week, but he's back in action here. A little curb hop in action for that 62, coast to almost coast driver. So right now, Colton is on the loud pedal. He didn't get much practice time. I don't believe I saw him out there too often, as some of our volumes here for the LimeRock Park may be just a little bit off. So Colton losing some spots last week while he was not in action. Fell all the way out of the top 5, all the way down to tied for 9th. Darrell Clauder, David Gain 4th, Craig Schwartz, Colton Farrell, all locked in there, all tied. You see that car bouncing as it comes through the final corner here of this 7-turn track.
Bouncing around, bouncing.
Yes, bouncing around, exactly. But he was only good enough for 3rd there. Dustin Shepard, one of the drivers, part-time drivers here for the team that has no name. 69 here of Dustin Shepard. He goes to the top of the board here on lap number 1. He had a really quick time in practice. He was your practice winner. And look at that. The man who's always on second seems to be in second here once again. The 14 here for Hunter Reynolds. So it looks like Reynolds is going to have a quick car here tonight as he has one timed lap under his belt. Remember, if any of these drivers do slip off the track here, look at Reynolds. Oh, two-wheeling up over the hill. But any of these drivers do step out of line and hit a curb here tonight, it will negate their qualifying time, and they will get a big old 0. So Hunter Reynolds will work through the final corner here, trying to keep all 4 tires on the track. He will. Let's see.
Might get a 0 on the timesheet, but they still get a number 1 in my heart.
Well, there you heard it from Bromley. It's always going to be a number 1, sort of like what I am. Right now, Reynolds, though, goes a little bit quicker, but not good enough. So it'll be P number 2 for the Reynolds machine. And here is the 12 machine, the Nichols Performance driver Randy Johnson, as he comes through turn number 7. He will take a qualifying time here to get a pit stall, but he will have to start shotgun to the field there. So it is P number 3 for Randy Johnson. Another one of the Nichols Performance drivers out there. That'll be the 985 of Dobbs, and it looks like Dobbs has already stuffed her into the wall there at one point. Oh, he's going to go wide there. And he'll also find the inside safer barrier. So it'll be a long night here for the driver of the 985. And then there's Josiah Millen, who has a locked-up left front tire there as he's coming through the S's here. Millen right now does not have a timed lap in. This is his second timed lap. His first one was negated. He did touch a little bit of that grass, and then got a 0 for that timed lap. Todd posted into 11th. Jeff Bergner, not a road course driver, but he is right now shown in your 12th position here out of the 15 drivers who have taken a qualifying attempt tonight. Only a couple of these guys will be able to finish off this lap. Millen looks like he'll be able to put in a timed lap here, but with 22 seconds left here on the qualifying ticker, it looks like he'll be the final one, and he goes P number 9 and then spins her out. Cole Day is out on track, but with the little bit of time that's left, under 10 seconds, he will not have a qualifying time counted here tonight. As there you see it, just like that, he disappears. That is the end of qualifying. So it looks like the 69 of Dustin Shepard will be our pole award winner here tonight. So while these guys all get ready to get set to take the green flag, it looks like it is 23 drivers here tonight that have logged into the LimeRock Park tonight for the Care for Colby 45 here. This is how your starting lineup is going to roll off here tonight. Wrong button here by us. Let's take a look, though, here at your qualifying grid. Qualifying grid here tonight brought to us by Draft Top. You need one of those brand new gizmo gadgets like Michael Bromley has. Let me tell you something about them real quick. You take your beer can, you put this gizmo on top, you swirl it around, and it pulls the center section of your beer can out. You have a beer can cup. Absolutely ingenious. I need one of them. But that's your starting row number 1 right here. It will be brought to us by Draft Top. It'll be the 69 of Dustin Shepard. Hunter Reynolds is right there. Going to start P number 2 here tonight. Row 2 will roll off like this. It's the UPS man, Randy Johnson. And then it'll be the 88 of Jamie Leach. Row number 3, it'll be the 24 of Jeff Pogo. And the number 12 here, the number 10 of Brandon Keselinski. Row number 4, it's the trash man racing Jason Dobbs out of Tennessee in the 985 Nichols Performance Machine. And then it's our favorite man from the little island of Puerto Rico. It is Orlando Rivera. Row number 5, it'll be the Pennsylvania Posse driver, Keystone Motorsports, Josiah Millen in the number 40. And then it's Big Country Cole Haas for the ABV guys, number 29. Row number 6, it's Coast to Almost Coast 62 of Colton Farrow. And then it'll be the NSRA driver, the 48 of Todd Poston. Row number 7, the Midnight Runner 21 out of Utah, hates road courses but qualifies on row number 7. It is Jeff Bergner tonight. Daryl Clonner out of Florida will start there in the 26 machine on row number 7. Row 8 here tonight, though, will be another one of the Midnight Runners drivers. It'll be the 79 of Patrick Smith. Danny Valenzuela will start right there alongside him. Row number 9, it'll be the man out of New Jersey. It'll be the 707 of Michael Whitaker. And look at Cody Levitt, one of the road course ringers, going to have to come from way deep in the field. Row 10 here tonight, it'll be Cold Day and Timmy Valenzuela. Row 11, it'll be, well, Michael Bromley, but he is not out there on track. And then it'll be the 31 of Donald Bennett. Row number 12 will look like this. It'll be the 84 of Lynn McNeese, and then it'll be the 81 of Greg O'Berry. And that is your 12-row field here tonight, brought to us by Draft Top. So, Mike, with all these drivers out there, it's a small, only a 1.5-mile track here tonight.
Yeah, small in distance and small in width, too. You are hard-pressed to go side by side at most of this track. So it's going to be interesting to see when people decide to make their moves and how aggressive they are going to be when they do it. You don't have much time in between turns with it being a shorter track.
Well, short track road course racing is about to head our way. Halfway through your first pace lap here tonight from the LimeRock Park. 45 laps, put it on the ticker. It's going to be the Care for Colby 45 here tonight, presented by Randy Johnson. And with this many drivers, it's going to be interesting to see how many drivers are going to be able to walk out of this one without having incident points, or which one of these drivers are going to be able to just finish this race here tonight. iRacing pace car down and away. Dustin Shepard and Reynolds all getting ready to take battle, and the green flag is officially waving as Jeff Berger pulls off the track there and into turn number 1. It is going to be that 69 and the 14. Shepard and Reynolds battling it out. It looks like Shepard's going to dive ahead here, and he'll take the initial lead here out of turn number 1.
Two teammates behind him of the Deeper Darker Do team, try to say that 10 times fast, of Jeff Pogo and Jamie Leach racing side by side, but they straighten it out.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of single file racing here tonight. As right now, though, we are looking at, it looks like everybody has already single filed out. So it's Shepard and Reynolds, Johnson, which I believe Johnson was slotted to start towards the back, but timing and scoring says right now 3rd place. I believe that's a little bit incorrect on our timing and scoring. Coming to complete lap number 1 here tonight, it will be led by the 69 here of Dustin Shepard. So lap 1 about to be in the books. You see everybody single file. You see it looks like that is Colton Farrow down to the inside on the front stretch there. As your leader going to go for a spin in turn number 1. Shepard going to go around. Leach and Pogo just barely miss Shepard as he spins from the lead. He'll lose the top 5, and he's actually going to fall outside the top 10, I believe.
I'll tell you what, those guys made that look very easy checking up, but that is no easy feat in itself, let me tell you. Checking up like that and being alert enough to get onto the brakes after being on the loud pedal is impressive.
So I'm just taking a quick gander of timing and scoring here at the old LimeRock Park tonight. I believe was that Dobbs that was down there in the grass that everybody had to avoid. Dobbs will fall from the 5th position back to about, I believe, running in the 9th spot now after he loses that. Hunter Reynolds going to come back across the stripe here, though. He will be your leader here on lap number 2 tonight.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty significant lead over the 2nd place car. I'm showing him about 3.5 seconds in front of the 88 of Jamie Leach. But keep an eye out for those Deeper Darker Do teammates. 88 and 24, 88 of Jamie Leach, and 24 of Jeff Pogo are front to back as they are coming through this track, and maybe some team strategy there.
Yeah, they were doing some practice over the week. I did see a couple of lobbies thrown up there, and those two drivers have worked together before in the past to try and make themselves better. And right now, they've run 2nd and 3rd. Their other teammate, Cody Levitt, a little bit farther back into the field. He is running in the 12th position right behind Orlando Rivera and Colton Farrell all over the track coming up through that hill there. See a lot of guys here tonight getting a little bit loose over that hill.
Yeah, the hill, it adds another dynamic to, or I guess I could say another dimension too to the track, where people have to be ready to adjust for that because as the car comes up, less weight's down on the tires, which means you can slide around way quicker.
So another.
But I'm not a science teacher, so.
I don't know what you really are, but
I'm a semi-professional amateur iRacer.
all right. I like it. I like it. And well, right now, Hunter Reynolds leads the way here. We can tell you that, and he has opened it up here now. It's a 5-second gap back to Jamie Leach, and then a 1-second gap for
Levitt.
Leach.
Ooh, sorry.
Levitt goes
turned
around.
into it back there.
He was up inside your top 10. As now it looks like he'll be, I believe that might be the 11th spot. Not exactly sure here. Like I said, the timing and scoring here for the old LimeRock Park is a little slow to update around. So we have to keep an eye on when they hit the timing and scoring loop here once again. But Reynolds still opening up massive leads here. Could this be the night? He has finished second a handful of times as Valenzuela goes around there. I believe that's Timmy Valenzuela. Yep, that is. Goes one lap down here to your leaders. He's having problems refiring that 05 there for the over-the-wall racing team. But Reynolds, what can you say about the man? He has finished second more times than anybody else this season without parking the 14 in victory lane. He would like to do that here tonight. He came into the night 6 points out of your lead, or 6 points ahead of Randy Johnson, correction. So Reynolds comes in as your points leader and just doesn't have any wins so far. Has 6 starts, 6 top 10s, 4 top 5s, but no wins and hardly any bonus points. Tonight could possibly be the night here for Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, he definitely is in a position now, especially with no full course cautions, to hopefully just survive and not kill himself out there on the track.
Looks like Dobbs has worked his way back up inside the top 5 after going for a little bit of a slide, but here comes Cole Day to the outside. He'll take the part-time runner Black Machine around Dobbs, so now give the 4th position to Cole Day. Then it's Dobbs back to 5th. Brandon Keselinski runs right now the 10 machine. He runs in the 6th spot. Dustin Shepard right behind him. He has worked his way back up to the 7th spot after spinning from the lead. You see that left front tire on that 69 locked up and carrying the front left here around those left-handers.
Yeah, watching the battle there between the 08 and the 69, it was close back a couple of turns. That's the one thing about these quick turns here. It's not really the S's, I would say, but it's kind of coming through the winds and turns on the north side of the track. South side of the track, that you kind of separate and close the gap really quickly. So it's hard to get a real position battle unless you're right on the guy through the S's.
Well, as you see right there, Randy Johnson going for a little bit of a grass gathering out of turn number 7. He'll gather it up. Let's see on the timing and scoring where Randy Johnson has scored this lap. He's already into the top 10, and looking at his lap times, a little bit off what your leader of Reynolds threw down last time by, but they are still about, looks like right now, right about the 5th fastest time on the board here. So Randy Johnson in the 10th position. Randy's in 9th. Greg is in 10th. Ira Kohlhaas right now in the ABV machine. He is running in the 11th spot. 12th is going to be Josiah Millen and Patrick Smith. Right behind him, all over the rear bumper of that machine, is going to be Cody Levitt. So that's 12th, 13th, and 14th all kind of right there as they come up over the hill. A little sideways for the 38 there of Levitt.
Yeah, just looking for a close battle to really focus in on, and it looks like the closest battle we have is back here between the 11th and 12th place, of 12th being Josiah Millen making the pass here on the front stretch over the 29 of Big Country Ira Kohlhaas. I think everybody is playing it safe, wanting to survive tonight.
Thought I saw somebody go a little sideways. There it is, the 62 of Colton Farrow in his little Toyota machine. He was off corner number 7 sideways and found the inside tire barrier. So he'll drop through the field like a box of rocks. It looks like he'll be shown now in the 18th position.
05 of Timmy Valenzuela having a little bit of issue again, as he is trying to get it turned the right direction back on track.
he'll get back on track. And then Todd Poston, who told me he was not looking forward to this road course race, and even before the race here was telling me that he was hoping that we could have just skipped this race. And then I told him, well, news to you, my friend, it looks like we're going road course racing all next season long. And he said, joke's on you. He already knew that I was kidding. So, but right now, Todd Poston is shown all the way back in the 15th position. Right now, it looks right around 33 seconds behind your leader of Hunter Reynolds, who is still out there throwing down 56 nines. And I think the only other one in the 56s last time by would have been our third place runner out there, the 37 of Cole Day, who has now worked his way into third, and now he is looking for more. He is right onto the back bumper here of the 88 of Jamie Leach. The question is, how long will it take Cole Day now to get around the second place runner of Leach?
A lot of action happening down in turn. I'm watching turn 1 and turn 2 here, and a lot of people losing it coming around turn 1, getting ready for turn 2. So that will be an area to watch later in the race if we get a close battle for the front here, to see if anybody makes the mistake there in 1 and 2 or coming out of the final turn towards the last front stretch to the start finish.
Yeah, and as we just worked through turns 1 and 2 there, Cole Day has now officially taken over the second spot, but the interval between Cole Day and Hunter Reynolds is sitting at a very cool 4.5 seconds, so we're going to have to see if he's able to make up the distance there. It looks like Josiah Millen had a little bit of an issue out there on track. He is dropped. Looks like, I'm not sure if he's completely out of the event here tonight or if he is just still sitting in pit road. We'll have to wait and get a confirmation on that, but right now the Millen machine showed all the way back into the 20th spot.
The 29 of Ira Big Country Kohlhaas coming down pit road. Don't know if he's making some repairs, maybe putting some fresh rubber on the machine there, giving it a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from the overhead camera here from the blimp, and Kohlhaas has a ton of front nose damage and front right damage. That machine may have been involved in that wreck with number 40 of Millen, because Millen is off track now, and it looks like he has actually already loaded up that number 40 machine, so he might be out of here already tonight. Because it is way too early for green flag pit stops here from LimeRock. We will have to make at least one pit stop here tonight. The question being, when will that pit stop start? And who will come down along with everybody? Calculations possibly right around 20 laps, as you see Reynolds coming up onto the lap traffic here, or the 26th. That'll be the 18th spot of Darrell Clauder.
And don't look now, but Cole Day has closed that gap between him and the leader of Hunter Reynolds down to 3.5 seconds. So we'll see if he can keep mowing it down. Now I'm showing him down to 3-second gap. So he is eating away at that comfortable lead Hunter Reynolds is having.
Yeah, last time by for Hunter Reynolds, it was a 56.7 at the timing and scoring line. For Cole Day, it was a 55.3. So that machine there of Cole Day is starting to really eat into Hunter Reynolds. I know Cole Day is, Darrell Clauder, or that was Colton Farrow that was actually spun around there in the 62 machine. Almost goes down there to the inside. But Cole Day all week long was out there turning some really, really quick lap times. And they're actually right there in that 55-second bracket, and he is still there.
Impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, Mike, I'm getting passed along a little note here, though, from the producer, and it does look like Josiah Millen may have lost control of the 40 machine and got wrapped up into it with Big Country Kohlhaas and Cody Levitt. We didn't see Levitt down pit road. Somebody's spinning down into turn number 1 here, though. I believe that would be the 48 of Todd Poston, and Poston's going to hit Jeff Bergner, and Bergner going to slide out there into the grass.
And unfortunately for Hunter Reynolds, all that did was make him check up as Cole Day maneuvered through there with ease, and now we are down to a 1-second gap.
Yeah, there you see it. Both cars on screen. That green machine of Reynolds trying to win his first race. Cole Day trying to win, I think it's going to be about his third race of the season. Second race, actually, if I'm looking at it correctly. Second race, it would have been third for his teammate there of Craig Schwartz, who is not here tonight. So now it will be under a second. Yeah, those part-timers, they sure know how to wheel these machines.
Definitely.
And that 37 of Cole Day out of turn 7 absolutely had his hands full there, but he gathered it up. Lost a little time. It's back to right around almost 2 seconds between him and Reynolds, but yeah, he's on the move. Right now, though, looking back a little bit farther, it looks like back into the top 5 is that 69 who did start on the pole here tonight of Dustin Shepard. And Shepard, remember, did spin himself from the lead on lap number 2. Just got a little hot down there in turn 1, and around the leader went and fell back to right around the 9th position. Now back up to the 5th spot and trying to work over Jeff Pogo.
Putting a lot of pressure on the back bumper here, Jeff Pogo.
Yeah, you see the brake calipers glowing on that 69 there of Shepard, but Shepard right now can't find a way around Pogo. This is a real fast section here as they come through the right-hander, and then up the hill sideways for Shepard, trying to make the pass, and he goes through the grass. Shepard
I guess that's, if you're going to go off track, that's where you want to do it, though, where it's straight.
straight but uphill and a little bit sideways. I'm not sure that's how Shepard had it drawn up in his mind, but right now he's going to come off turn number 7. He's going to have a really good run down the front stretch. Will he peek to the inside here and try and use Todd Poston as a pick? He will. He'll take to the inside. Now Jeff Pogo going to have to try and work around Poston. He does. Poston stays to the outside, and Poston looks like he's going to loop it around in his 48 machine. He's way out into the grass in turn 1.
I'll tell you, being way out in the grass seems to be better than being right there along the track stuck in that sand, because a lot of guys having trouble getting traction with the tires in that sand coming back onto the track, it seems. So maybe that's the right move, is to let it go a little bit farther off track.
Well, Poston gets her back on track, but he is way behind. Right now, he has shown 1 lap down in the 14th spot, so tonight is not going to be Todd Poston's night. Question being, where will he be able to finish? Right now, though, Greg O'Berry, we haven't talked about Greg O'Berry here tonight. Greg, came in running in the 5th position in points. He was up 5 spots after missing a week of action when the Liberty University football team took its little trip down to Florida. But he came back and then gained a handful of spots back that he lost, and now here tonight, falling out of the top 10. But the car looks pretty clean so far, and I believe we have green flag pit stops starting here. I think Jeff Pogo in the 24 machine is down pit road, and this is a scheduled stop for the 24 Jeff.
The 38, his teammate Cody Levitt following him down pit road also.
So a couple of the deeper, darker dew drivers bringing him down here on lap number 16, and that other deeper, darker dew driver is still out there as he comes up over the hill, the 88 of Jamie Leach. He's all by himself right now, and he's running 12 seconds behind your leader and about 3 seconds ahead of Dustin Shepard, who runs in that 4th spot.
Oh, Cold Day turns it going into pit road. It looks like he decided late to jump over there into pit road. It's an awkward entrance for these drivers who are used to a little bit more of a merge lane, but he turns it going into pit road. Hopefully that's not too much front end damage there for the 37 of Cold Day.
Well, let's see if we can throw it back, rewind it back, and catch Cold Day going around here, entering pit road. There you see, he just about caught your leader. Tried to get onto the brakes there because it is an awkward entry into pit road, and he just lost her. And it looks like slight contact, and he actually was really quick to the get-go there and got that car turned back around. So we'll have to see how much damage Cold Day actually is going to have on that machine.
Used to doing those donuts in the victory lane, not necessarily on pit road.
Now this time by, though, here comes Hunter Reynolds. Let's watch Reynolds try and make this pit road. He comes in a little bit slow, but he's going to actually make it perfectly down there and right on the pit road pace. So Reynolds now will pit here on lap 17. So what this is indicating to me is a lot of these drivers now, as Shepard is actually going to come down pit road 2 in the 69, he hits the commitment cone, but I think he got a road down just in time to make that cone. But this is not going to be a one-stop race here to lap 45. It looks like this is going to be a 2-stop race for a lot of these drivers.
Right. I didn't run any laps with the good old arm injury, but I can tell you that I'm hearing that it is going to be a 2-stop race.
So a 2-stop race most likely for a lot of these drivers. Right now, Randy Johnson, though, will take over the lead here. So with Randy Johnson now taking over the lead. He's going to get credited with a lap led, so that'll give him a bonus point into the column here tonight. It doesn't look like he's going to have a clean race bonus, so at least a 1-lap lead bonus would be a huge benefactor to him tonight.
Definitely. And you saw the error for Cold Day upon entry of pit road. As the 14 of Hunter Reynolds is coming off of pit road, who goes by? None other than the 37 of Cold Day. So Cold Day able to make up time somehow from that wreck on pit road and comes off as the 14 loses it into the tire barrier. So not any damage, but it's looking like it's a loose tire set for him.
Yeah, so Reynolds loses the lead most likely here to Cole Day. I'm looking at the timing and scoring, and yeah, Reynolds had a faster entry, but also had to wait an extra 5 seconds compared to Cole Day, and that's where that time is. Remember, Day did get her spun around there pretty quick, so it's not like he wasted a lot of time after he spun around and hit the wall. So looking at things as everything's starting to cycle back through here, everybody having to make their pit stop here before lap 20, so that's going to indicate we're going to get one more round of green flag pit stops, and after Randy Johnson comes back out on track with Greg O'Berry, we will take a gander at our top 10 and where everybody is running right now, though we can officially tell you that Cole Day, as he lifts the left front coming up over the hill, he will be your leader. And now I believe everybody is out of pit road. So Cole Day is shown as your leader here in the 37 as he goes around Timmy Valenzuela, or he's trying to. It's a little bit of a dangerous move there on turn number 7 as Colton Farrow comes back down pit road. And it looks like Darrell Clotter is now officially exiting pit road. So the Coast drivers having to come back down pit road an extra time.
Well, the good news is, with me staying in the pits the whole race, nobody will finish in last.
Yeah, and officially, finally, the timing and scoring, it looks like we finally got it updated here with our timing and scoring at LimeRock. Was throwing us a little bit of a loop. It looks like you're showing officially 19 laps down here, Mike. Do you think you're going to be able to make that up here tonight?
Unfortunately not. I think the 7 car might be actually still in the hauler. I don't think it actually made it onto pit road yet. So,
Okay.
We'll use that as a backup for the 29 if he needs it.
And right now the 29 shown 7 laps down, I believe, and he is having a heck of a night. That car is all tore up. Looks like they may have pulled the front clip off your car from last week though when it was tore up.
Yeah, I think they did.
And I'm not sure, but I believe that's that was Timmy Valenzuela actually going around here once again. I can't see the I can see the incident points here tonight. I can officially tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Timmy Valenzuela has the most incident points. Yeah, I'm sure he's the one loving the road course here tonight. 28.
Who wouldn't love this road course? I mean, it's got everything you could want in a road course. Up hills, down hills, sharp turns.
Right turns.
Ugh. I tell you what, I only like right turns on left turn ovals.
Those are the good ones. But, I mean, the part that really gets me going here tonight is that S-turn going into pit road, and I believe here comes Timmy Valenzuela to make that S-turn into pit road, and it's awfully slow. A couple of your NSRA drivers coming out on track here. Lynn McNeese, Todd Poston, I believe that is right there, nose to tail. They are shown 1 lap down, the 48 and the 84 machine, 14th and 15th right now on the timing and scoring.
And Cole Day not necessarily taking it easy from the lead either, widening out that gap to now I'm showing just over 4 seconds. So he is keeping that foot on the loud pedal, and he is trying to put a cushion between him and the 14 of Hunter Reynolds.
Well, what do you say we just ride on board here with him as he comes through the, I was going to call it the infield portion, but it's not. Let's take a ride up the hill here. And that's how Cole Day is handling this track here from the LimeRock Park. In your care for Colby 45 here tonight, presented by Randy Johnson. As there you saw the 81 of Greg O'Berry completely sideways. He'll go a lap down to your leader. And Cole Day is setting some blistering pace right now. He is the only driver, into that 55-second mark bracket, if you will. That time losing a little bit of ground as he had to battle with that lap down car there of the 81 of Greg O'Berry, but he is still setting some really fast times out there. Hunter Reynolds is still sitting in the second position, about 6.5 seconds back. Hasn't been able to catch up after that little bit of a slide as he's trying to work around Donald Bennett there. Donald a little bit slower down to the inside. About 12 seconds behind Hunter Reynolds is going to be the 88 of Jamie Leach. He is running 18 seconds behind your leader of Cole Day. Dustin Shepard, who was your pole setter here in the early going and led the first lap, as you see him bounce in the left front, locking that tire up. He is sitting now 21 seconds behind Cole Day. Randy Johnson is up to the 5th position, sitting about 4 seconds behind Dustin Shepard. About 26 seconds out of the race lead. Jeff Pogo is right behind Reynolds here. Pogo is running in the 6th position. He's been running in this top 6 all night long as they work around the 26 of Darrell Clotter. 7th spot, about 4.5 seconds back behind Jeff Pogo. You're going to find Cody Levitt, who I got reports was involved in a wreck with Josiah Millen and IROC Haas, but it looks like that 38 machine is still pretty clean, and he is out there motoring around the track tonight. So Levitt's running in the 7th spot, about 16.5 seconds back. You find this man, and that'll be the driver of the Nichols Performance team, and that is going to be the 985 of racing Jason Dobbs. He's going to put on a show there coming out of turn number 7. Can he save the car? Is he going to lose it? He locks it up. He'll come to a sliding stop here on the front stretch. He'll have to back it up, turn it around, and see if he can get that car going in the right spot. It looks like Greg O'Berry just going to go by him right there. His teammate Greg O'Berry now will take over that 9th position, pushes Dobbs back to the 10th spot. That's how your top 10 go with under 20 to go here. Officially 19 laps to go in the care for Colby 45 tonight. Who is going to be your pick? It is Cole Day, Hunter Reynolds, and Jamie Leach. Your top 3 drivers right now. And Cole Day has officially lapped up into the top 10. Only 8 drivers left on the lead lap here tonight.
Yeah, and I keep saying it, but I cannot get over the impressive gap that he is laying down right now. He has a 9-second gap on the 14 of Hunter Reynolds, who is still running fast times himself. So it is just an impressive performance all around by the 37 of Cole Day.
Yeah, last time by Hunter Reynolds was actually the fastest on track by a half a second, unfortunately just being buried back there. A lot of these lap down cars, though, playing big factors, when you catch them, when you can pass them, where you can pass them. That really plays into the factor of things here at a racetrack like this where momentum is a very huge key factor. So Reynolds, let's see, that time by was actually, almost a second slower than Cole Day. As you see, there's a car down to the inside. It looks like that is Brandon Keselinski. He'll hold the 10 machine down there in the grass as a lot of these drivers work on by, so he'll fall out of the top 10, I think, possibly here. Right now shown in the 10th spot as there's another driver slow down there. I believe that was Ivor Kohlhaas.
Yep, that was a 29 of Big Country. I was riding along with the 14 of Hunter Reynolds on that last lap where he had the second difference, and it looked like he had to check up to maybe avoid some wreckage, so maybe that was what contributed to that because he has been running clean laps. I'm watching his line. He's consistently hitting his marks. He's consistently back onto the accelerator, so I don't think it was on his own doing.
As he comes up on the 21 there of Bergner. Bergner was having a clean race, but he's going to stuff the 21 into the tire barrier on turn 7, and then he's going to come back across. That's not exactly how Jeff Bergner drew that one up, but he was worried as Cole Day is actually down pit road here. This is going to be the second pit stop here for Cole Day. He was only out there, I think, for about 12 laps on that set of tires and fuel. So your leader of Cole Day will come down, and we'll switch over to Hunter Reynolds, Dustin Shepard, Randy Johnson, your top 3 drivers now as they run here with 17 laps to go.
I think he felt comfortable there with not having too much traffic around him to be able to slow down and get into pit road without having to worry about making a mistake.
So now let's see if Reynolds is going to come down this time. If you were Reynolds, would you chase the cat down pit road?
I'm a big fan of doing the opposite of what the leader is doing if I'm in second place. So if he's short pitting here, I'm long running. That's just me, though. Because a lot can happen, especially on fresh tires. You never know. He could loop it. He could do a bunch of things. You could loop it. So give yourself as much time as you can on your set of tires where you're already used to the wear pattern and go out there and just keep laying down times.
Yeah, it's actually Reynolds is going to spin from the lead here. He throws the 14 into the grass, and now he's trying to get that car back onto the track. Just trying to get a little grip there to the rear tires. He finally does, but that's going to hurt him. That was down in turn one, where we've seen a lot of drivers have issues here tonight.
Wind must be blowing some sand on the track down there or something, because that is just that is a lot of talented drivers that are just losing it down there. So I don't know. I'll have to investigate that.
Yeah, and I'm seeing right now Dustin Shepard, Randy Johnson down pit road. That puts Cole Day back into the second position here on track. So we're seeing how far Hunter Reynolds is going to go now on this tank of fuel, because it's only a 15-second gap between Reynolds and Leach, and I can tell you that Reynolds is going to take longer than 15 seconds on pit road, coming to get the 15 to go marker right now. 10 drivers are on the lead lap, as Cody Levitt will be the next one going victim to your leader here.
I know a lot of the guys out there, I myself included, are enjoying a nice beverage on this Wednesday evening. A lot of the fans hopefully out there enjoying some. If you're enjoying one, go ahead and throw a like and a subscribe down there below, beside, however you see it on your screen. That we can have some fast-paced race action every day of the week here from Turn 3 Racing Network.
Yeah, you never know when we're going live. Like right now, we're live here on a Wednesday night. It's the midweek. It's the Salt Flat IROC series tonight for the Care for Colby 45 from the LimeRock Park. Tomorrow night it'll be the Upstate Racing League, and you never just know when I'll be back live onto the air. Possibly a Friday show with a couple of these drivers out there ripping around some SK Modifieds, possibly. But right now, it's all about these drivers in the IROC series, and I'm looking at a couple drivers coming out of pit road. It looks like, I believe, that is Orlando Rivera that just came out of pit road, along with, Cody Levitt having some issues with his internet connection. But is that Danny Valenzuela is also coming out of pit road there. Reynolds is still ripping the lead here.
Yeah, and Dustin Shepard in the third position. He's got quite a big gap between him and the 37 and second place of Cole Day, but he is up in the top three.
And he, I believe, has made his final pit stop here tonight. He should be able to go to the next 14 laps on the tank of fuel, as you see a cloud coming over the racetrack here, as Jamie Leach also behind Dustin Shepard. I believe he should be able to make it the rest of the way also on the tank of fuel and tires that he has here. So that could be the possible battle for the second position here, because Reynolds still has to bring that 14 machine down pit road. He goes right by it once again, so he's going to try and run this tank of fuel all the way to dry.
I like the aggressiveness. You're in the lead. You had a little slip up where you got around on yourself, and now you're just going to go out there and you're going to try to put down as fast of a time as possible with as much as you can and not pit till the last second.
Well,
I like it.
As you talk about, going as fast as you can, last time by, look at the line. It was a 2-second difference there. Cole Day was faster by 2 seconds. Is that the lap traffic or is that the tires? I'm looking at it. I think that's probably more lap traffic than it is tires, because I'm looking at Hunter Reynolds' best time here tonight. That was way back in the early stages of this race. It was a 56.223. Last time by for the driver of that 14 machine, it was a 57.8. So I'm not seeing a huge fall off on tires per se. Cole Day actually into the 55s. His best lap time was a 55.3. Last time by was a 55.9. So.
Right. I'm also looking at my positioning map, and I have a lot of blue dots around that 14 of Hunter Reynolds, which shows a lot of lap traffic that he's trying to maneuver, and now he's on the front end of. But the 37 of Cole Day was kind of on an island by himself, didn't have anybody in front of him or behind him, so he's on his own pace.
Yeah, and Reynolds going to slip up there again in turn number 1. He'll Let Randy Johnson get back around him, so that'll put Johnson back onto the lead lap, running in the 10th position. He is the final car of that lead lap, and he's already pitted and made his final stop here tonight. Cole Day is now officially inside 10 seconds here behind Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a close gap, I'd say view distance, between the 69 of Dustin Shepard and the 88 of Jamie Leach. Jamie Leach trying to close in on that 69 of Dustin Shepard for the second place battle. And then not far behind him is his teammate of the 24, the teammate in the 24, Jeff Pogo. So those two have been running side by side, inseparable all night.
Can you tell me what team they're on?
Yeah, that's Deeper, Darker Dew.
All right, he got it right here tonight. Didn't get it right this morning as you hear Jamie Leach off the chip there as he heads down into turn number 4. Up over the hill he goes. He's coming up onto the lap down driver, the 21 there of Jeff Bergner, who runs back into the 16th spot right now, 3 laps down. It's not a terrible showing for the Midnight Runner driver here of that 21. Yeah, he's used to making left-hand turns, driving sprint cars, big wings on top of them, tons of downforce. He says you just throw it into the corner and the cars stick. I don't think that's really going to work for him here tonight. So Jeff Bergner back here into the 16th spot, right ahead of Danny Valenzuela, and I'm looking for Danny, and I don't see him quite on track there, but the 10 of Kozalensky going to come back out here. He has finally made his final pit stop, and so did the 14 of Reynolds, as you see Reynolds right there now, as Reynolds is trying to work around him. Reynolds is shown now in the 4th position. We're going to have to wait for the timing and scoring loop to come back around here, as the 10 there of Brandon going to have to go through the grass just a little bit, and Jeff Pogo's going to spin the 24 machine out right there.
Yeah, the 10 machine, I guess that's one way to get over for the leaders, but I don't know if that's the recommended line.
So Pogo will now drop out of the top 5 as Johnson goes around him. Levitt gets around him, and so does Greg O'Berry. He'll have to get back on his pogo stick and try and boing up through the field as you see him up over the hill. So right now, Cole Day has a 29. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 29-second lead over Jamie Leach. Over Dustin Shepard. And then Jamie Leach runs back there in the 3rd position, about 2.5 seconds there. You see him trying to go through the grass. I guess he heard that could be a possible faster way around. And, they're going to make contact.
Oh!
Was that the 9?
Looked like the 985 of Jason Dobbs.
Yeah, Dobbs back here 1 lap down, makes contact with Leach. Now that will allow Reynolds to close the gap. So it'll be a 2-car battle here now for the 3rd position between Reynolds and Leach. Reynolds has definitely shown he's been a little bit quicker of a car here tonight, but can he get back around this 88 of Jamie Leach with 9 to go?
I'll tell you what, I've raced against Jamie Leach for quite a few weeks now, not just in this series, but in other series, and he is a very talented driver at making his car as wide as possible. So Hunter Reynolds is going to have his handful here as he tries to get by the 88 of Jamie Leach.
Yeah, not able to do it down there in turn 1. It's been the problem. Spot here tonight for the 14 of Reynolds. Reynolds right now still runs off the back deck lid there of the 88 as they work through turns 3 and 4 here. The little bit of a S's, if you will. And they're going to be headed down turds. The turn that heads uphill, the ever treacherous corner right here. Up over the hill, you see Leach sideways in his 88 Deeper Darker Dew machine. Right behind them, you see that Greg O'Berry machine. So they're going to have to try and step on the throttle here just a little bit. O'Berry is shown 1 lap down, but he still can come back up here and get his lap back the old-fashioned way around these drivers.
Yeah, unlapping yourself here.
As Dobbs goes for a heck of a drive and smashes the wall out of turn 7.
Yeah, unlapping yourself here the old-fashioned way when there's no full course caution is an impressive feat nonetheless, for no matter if it's making yourself down from me 30-something laps down to 36 laps down or bringing yourself back to the lead lap. It is challenging.
As here you see that 37 of day with 7 to go. He now works upon the 24 machine of Jeff Pogo. Pogo shown in the 6th spot. I mean, Pogo going to put her up on 2 wheels right in front of the leader.
I've seen that move before. I think that was on Need for Speed.
It may have worked there, but right now Pogo looks like he will have to give up a little bit of room there for the 37 of Day. Day works around him, and now Pogo going to have to try and stay on the back decklid of the leader. Will he be able to do that? They are all on the same strategy. They both came down 11 laps ago, but this time by for Cold Day, it'll be 6 more times around this 1.5 mile road course tonight, looking for his second win of the season, and he is using every inch of the track there, as you saw him, as you see posting sideways, trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, here in the 24 camp, talking about the fact that Mr. Pogo's just missing motorcycle season, misses being on 2 wheels, so he wanted to feel 2 wheels again, so that's why I popped it up onto 2 there.
Ah, is that what it was? Sometimes you just miss those things, as Pogo still sits there, though, in the 6th position. It looks like Randy Johnson has about a 9-second gap. There's Johnson as he comes up over the hill with his Nichols Performance number 12 tonight. Not bad for having to start shotgun to the field there. Working your way up inside the top 5. I don't think he'll be able to catch that 88 or the 14 of Reynolds here in the next 6 laps, so possibly a 5th place finish pending. You never know what. There's 7 turns times 6. You get the point there. There's a lot of turns left to go tonight.
I believe that's 42, Roger.
No, I'm not talking about the answer to the Galaxy.
Oh, I'll tell you what is an amazing feat and better than the Galaxy right now is this battle between the 14 and the 88 here. They've been going back and forth, changing positions, 3rd place, 4th place, 3rd place, 4th place, putting battles in at each corner. I am having a blast. And I might have heard you wrong earlier, Roger. Did you say it's time to take shotguns? Or did I miss? I think I misheard.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's time for the shotgun just yet, because we got 5 laps to go here for Cold Day. As you see, one of the Valenzuela, I believe that's Danny, turned around back there. Cold Day almost stuffed it into the wall, and Jeff Berger going to take a little bit of a ride there through the grass, and he'll come to a complete stop. He I believe just took the toe and said, "All right, I have had enough here tonight."
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I clinched up for Cold Day there because I thought for sure he was gonna meet that tire barrier.
I mean, he has a 34-second gap back to Dustin Shepard.
But yeah, knowing Cold Day, though, he would love for that gap to end up at 43 seconds. He's not going to let off the throttle.
I mean, that is half a lap behind, actually, for that 69 here of Dustin Shepard. Reynolds, you see him in the background. They're actually starting to close in. Jamie Leach and Hunter Reynolds are starting to close the gap on Dustin Shepard here. So we could have a battle for the 2nd position when we're on here 4 to go. I mean, it's not over. I mean, it's 3.5 seconds between Reynolds to Shepard. He could close that gap and possibly make it back to second place.
Shepard missing 1 turn.
Yeah, or I mean, Reynolds, as you see him sideways trying to downshift this old clunky street stock, as Bennett's turned around down there in turn 1, as they all make their way around to the inside on him. Where is Cold Day right now? Well, he's coming out of turn 7. It'll be officially 3 laps to go here for Cold Day.
I think the 31 of Bennett was just wanting to watch the action come in there to turn 1. A lot of the fans down there enjoying their experience.
Yeah, I did hear that is the high ticket range, almost the VIP section. So to get tickets out there, it's pretty expensive. So he elected to get a little bit closer. He bought himself a race car and just decided to turn her around down there in turn 1. But I am pretty impressed that Bennett is actually still out there on the racetrack here tonight, Mike. You and I both know Bennett having a little bit of connection issues and was being dropped from the server probably every 3 to 5 minutes in practice, but it looks like it's been able to hold strong for him, and he is now into the 18th position. I believe he'll pick up 17th from Jeff Bergner because Bergner is off track. But so it's a good night, I guess you want to say, here for Donald Bennett, as Cold Day is actually working up on Donald Bennett. And I believe that's the Dobbsy machine going through the grass, cutting it a little bit. This time at the little flag stand, though, for Cold Day and that 37 machine, it will be popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more times to go. 3 miles of racing left here tonight.
Yep, and I think he's going to try and widen this gap even more.
It's only 35 seconds.
Yeah, it could be 37.
Well, I see what you did there, but right now, it's not. It's not. Dustin Shepard, though, still hanging on to about a 2.5 second lead, a little under 2.5 as he comes through the final corner there. Hunter Reynolds has opened up a little bit of a gap over Jamie Leach. They're all kind of running equal 2 seconds apart from each other. You see all three there in the picture, second, third, and fourth. Randy Johnson's just out in front of your leader by not too far. He is trying to stay on the lead lap. There's only 5 drivers on the lead lap. There's Johnson, and there's your leader coming out of turn number I wanted to say 4. I almost did it. Turn number 7 here tonight. Cold Day officially going to get 1 to go here tonight, presented by Muth up here in the booth. 1 lap to go here from the LimeRock Park in your Care for Colby 45. And, well, it's still Bromley sitting at 35.
Yeah, and you know what's awesome about a road course is that 35 can go down to 0 really quick. All it takes is one mistake, and you cannot lax up at all, because the moment you do is the moment you overdrive entry or you turn it too far, and next thing you know, you're facing the guy who's passing you that you had a 35-second lead on.
Yeah, it's 36 now officially as Day almost wheelies up over the hill, throwing caution to the wind. It'll be the final 2 corners here. You see him come through turn 5. Turn 6 and 7 here. Now will be the final time, making a right-hand turn here tonight. It'll be the 37 of Cold Day coming out of the final turn, looking to win it as the checker flag is officially in the air here tonight. The Care for Colby 45 going to go to the 37 of Cold Day. Congratulations, he finishes P number 1 here tonight. But that is not over, because there's a lot of racing left here for these 2 drivers. It is down to a 2-second deficit, and they have still a half a track to go here as they work up over the right-hand hill. Shepard going to make it over the hill. Reynolds now going to be the next one. He makes it up over the hill. Here comes Jamie Leach. All 3 of them competitors up over the hill, but I think it may be a little too late for Hunter Reynolds to mount the charge back to the 2nd place. So out of turn number 7, officially here will be the 69 of Dustin Shepard. He will finish 2nd here tonight with a close competitor to Hunter Reynolds. He will finish in the 4th position. Jamie Leach will come, or 3rd. Jamie Leach will come home 4th. Randy Johnson will be looking out of turn number 7 here. He'll bring the Nichols Performance Machine home P5. And that is your final driver on the lead lap, as everybody else has already completed tonight. Cold Day is our winner with 5 drivers on the lead lap here.
A dominating performance nonetheless for Cold Day, as he decides to give the fans all over the track a little bit of a celebration.
So as Cole does a little bit of celebrating there, we're going to step away as the race here, the Care for Colby 45 from the LimeRock Park is officially in the books here. Cold Day going to burn them down. We're going to step away for a moment, and we'll be right back here with your post-race here from LimeRock. And welcome back here, race fans, to the LimeRock Park. Care for Colby 45 is officially in the books, and I've already caught up with your winner here tonight. It has been a dominating night here, Cold Day. How did you come into the night here with so much speed built up in this 37 here tonight?
I definitely think it had to do with I've been practicing a lot for the Bathurst 12-hour race that's going to be happening this weekend. So I've definitely been putting in the work on a road course. So I think it definitely helped transition over to these cars and this track.
Yeah, the only difference, though, between those Bathurst GT cars that you're going to be running, I believe I saw, is they ain't no traction control. So you're out there on this big, heavy street stock, 3,400 pounds, only like 350 some odd horsepower, sliding these things around. Was there a lot of body roll built up into the night?
Oh, absolutely. I just even on the pace lap, I almost rolled it, just trying to get a little bit of heat in the tires. So it was you definitely had to watch it tonight.
Yeah, and we did watch you at one point make one big mistake. Let's talk about it. I know you exactly know where I'm going with this. That entry to pit road on that first pit stop looked like it could have almost ended your night.
Yeah, that definitely had me worried. In practice, I didn't even try to spot where the entrance to pit road was, and I definitely was not expecting it to be so sharp. But luckily, I was able to hang on to it as best I could and not have any damage or minimize my damage and keep on rolling.
Yeah, that you did keep on rolling here tonight. So Cole Day, your winner here in your care for Colby 45. Cole, we're going to hand you the mic, though, before we head out of here from the LimeRock Park. Is there anybody you got to thank for parking the 37 in Victory Lane for the second time here this year?
Definitely you guys up in the booth always doing a great job broadcasting these races. All the admins here at Salt Flat Racing, it's a great league, and always love coming back when I can. And definitely all the drivers tonight. I know a lot of them, road courses aren't their most favorite place to race at, and pretty much everyone stuck around, so that's nice. Always nice to see having a lot of cars on track, especially finishing the race.
Well, there you heard it from your winner tonight. Cole Day going to lead 20 laps and finish here P number 1. I believe, Mike, you have caught up with our second place finisher here, the 69 of Dustin Shepard.
Yes, sir. Hey, Dustin, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You put on a show out there, qualifying first, being the fastest out there in practice, man. It seems like you did your time and put in some practice laps this week.
A little bit. I said, I like road course racing, so I got on at 7, and I put a good solid hour in a day. I said, road courses are kind of my specialty sometimes.
Yeah, well, you showed it out there. A little bit of, I'll say, a little bit of a mishap out there at the beginning of the race, but able to recover and come away with P2. Did you think you were going to be able to come back through the field the way you did?
I knew I could probably make it to the top 8 or 7 pretty easily, just by looking at the lap times throughout practice. Like I said, I don't know. I guess I didn't have enough heat in the tires, or I caught the curb just right, and it spun me out right there in turn 1. And then I hustled the whole time, and then I played some pit strategy, and it got me to second. I should have been about a 3rd or 4th place without the pit strategy.
Sometimes it's just a matter of coming in a lap early or a lap later, so definitely paid off today. So is there anybody that you want to thank out there for supporting you or to help get you this 69 into the 2nd place position tonight?
Of course, Salt Flats Racing for their stuff, Turn 3 Network for broadcasting. All you guys do a great job. J&G Hardwood, they always make sure I have my equipment up to date and everything I need for iRacing to stay competitive.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish there, Dustin.
All right, thank you.
And Mr. Muth, I think that you have actually caught up with the 3rd place finish of Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, I get to talk on a regular basis now. It seems like we're talking to the driver of this 14 of Hunter Reynolds. But Hunter, it's going to be a little bit of a sadder note. It's not a 2nd place finish for the 3rd week in a row. It's going to be a 3rd place finish. What went wrong there on those pit stops?
Yeah, I just had no idea what to do for pitch strategy, so I was just gonna kind of run it out, just take what fuel I needed and pick up some tires. But I feel like we definitely could have done something different. Maybe got that 2nd place again. Also, I had the spin out, but huge good job to Dustin. He had a great run after spinning out first lap or second. I don't even know.
Yeah, he spun out in the early going, and then you followed suit down there in turn 1 a little bit later in the race. Turn 1 tonight, was that just Calamity Corner? Was it the trouble spot of the night?
Yeah, I think so. It was it's just really easy to mess up with getting down through the gears into that corner, and then you get to trigger happy on the gas. But other than that, no, this track was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, and still with a solid 3rd place finish here tonight for you, Reynolds. It looks like you're going to extend that lead. You came into the night with a 6-point gap lead over Randy Johnson. Johnson comes home in the 5th position, and now we head to Iowa. Do you think you could open up the gap even more at Iowa, possibly even, sneak out a win? I see a lot of fans out there in chat possibly ready to celebrate a victory here for the Reynolds camp.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm definitely definitely been pushing hard for that win, but Iowa, I have no idea. I definitely got to hit some practice laps on Iowa, but if it's like rest of the other tracks, should be a tight race and put on a good show. So we'll see what happens.
Well, before we walk away and wrap up things here from the LimeRock Park for your Care for Colby 45, who do you got to thank for another strong podium finish here for the 14 car?
Yep, I would like to thank Green's Rod Shop for helping me out, all that they do for me. Like to thank the fans watching, friends and family, you know, supporting. Bromley Designs, you guys did a great job with the paint schemes, and of course, Turn 3, you guys did a great job.
Well, there you heard it from a third-place finisher here of Hunter Reynolds. It's one position farther back than what he would have liked, but another solid top 3, going to really booster the point standings lead that he had here tonight. You heard from your other 2 competitors that finished in your top 3. Dustin Shepard was second, and Cole Day was number 1 here at the end of the 45-lap race. Jamie Leach comes home 4th, and once again, Randy Johnson comes home in the 5th position. That's going to just about do it here from the Turn 3 Racing Network, here from the LimeRock Park. We got to thank all the sponsors, though, before we head off the air here. We got to thank Jordan Henn Racing for everything they do for the Salt Flat IROC Series. We also got to thank 2T Lawn Care. We saw a lot of these guys mess up the lawn out there tonight. We're going to have to call them in to do a little grounds maintenance. Bromley Designs, the designs behind all your Salt Flat IROC paints and all your paint needs. Head on over to Bromley Designs on Facebook. Taylor Motorsports, your premier sponsor here for your IROC series. Along with the race engines by Nichols Performance. They always bring a nice tuned-up performance motor behind these IROCs. And a brand new sponsor here to the Salt Flat IROC series, Draft Top, coming on board. They have your adult beverage beer accessory needs. And that's going to just about do it here from LimeRock. We'll be back on air next Wednesday night when the Salt Flat IROC series heads back onto the track from the Iowa Speedway. It only leaves us with, I believe it's 5 races, if I can count correctly. Iowa, Vegas, Dover, Kansas, and round out the season all the way at the Pocono International Raceway. So only a couple more races left on the schedule here for a lot of these IROC drivers to finally start to notch their way up the totem pole in the points or get themselves a first win. Tune in next Wednesday night, though, to see who can park themselves in victory lane from Iowa.